Hi everyone. Going over the homework here for Chapter 3, I want to reemphasize how you calculate some of the adjusting entries. Notice here on this problem, problem number 6, in Chapter 3 homework, it talks about journalize the adjusting entry needed on December 31st, so we're at the end of the year. That's the end of the accounting period. For each of the following independent cases affecting Callous Way. Include an explanation for each entry, record debits first, then credits. That's no big deal. Select the explanation on the last line of the journal entry. I wanted to go ahead and hit this because this is the first time that we've been hitting the explanation. So we've got a problem here. We've got prepaid insurance account. That's when you pay insurance ahead of time. So you've paid it, but you don't yet owe it. And it's giving you some details about the beginning of the year. You come over here, and this is the end of the year, and in the middle, where a debit was put into prepaid insurance in the middle of the year on March 31st. In other words, you made an additional payment. The easiest way to analyze something like this is to put it into a T count. So let's go ahead and come over to Excel, where the beginning balance in this account, the debit balance is $2,000. And here's the prepaid insurance account. And then we're going to put the ending balance, which is 600. That's how much is left. And then it tells you that, hey, in the middle of the year, a debit to the account on March 31st, I keep saying middle, I mean March 31st, for 3,200 to record the payment. A payment is cash, a cash entry was made for an annual insurance premium. So we're going to make a payment for $3,200 here. There's 3,200. One of the reasons I put this account over here so you can see that, this doesn't act in isolation, right? If $2,000 was paid in insurance sometime in the past, somebody credited cash for $2,000. Even though it's not asking you this, I show you this so you see that these entries don't exist in isolation. And then the 3,200 here, the fact that, oops, I got this in the wrong sign, I apologize. Yeah, you made a payment for 3,200. Blank this out. This is why it's helpful to have a T account. See, I saw this was on the wrong side because if we made a payment for $3,200, then the corresponding debit is a prepaid insurance entry. So the real question left is we started with this, we ended with this. In the middle of the year, March 31st, we made a payment for $3,200. The question is, what is true insurance expense? Well, true insurance expense is the difference between all these. So if you take 50, let's take one by one, 2,000 and add 3,200. And subtract 600, you come up with 4,600. So sometime during the year, we worked off $4,600 worth of prepaid insurance. If not, this would not balance. And the corresponding debit to that is 4,600. So there's your debit, there's your credit, and this was what was missing. They gave you the opening, they gave you the closing. They said, hey, this transaction happened March 31st. That's a payment to prepaid insurance. Prepaid being insurance you are paying now but don't owe yet. In other words, you're not getting the benefit of yet. There's the credit to cash, there's the debit to prepaid insurance, and here's your insurance expense. So we come back over here, and we're going to debit insurance expense for 4,600. That's matching exactly this. And then we're going to make an entry to prepaid insurance. This is how we work prepaid insurance down to 4,600. As we recognize insurance expense, we work the prepaid insurance account down. Payments to prepaid insurance make it grow, they debit it, and then working off the amount of prepaid insurance makes it a credit. We come down here, and this is to record interest. Well, this is not interest expense, this is insurance expense, to record insurance expense. That's your debit, that's your credit, and this is how you back into and create this, reveal this adjustment that had to happen in that account for you to start at 2,000 and to end at 600. I hope you found this useful.